Pisces, if you are hearing this message on August 20th, 2026, do not dismiss what you feel in this moment, because today carries an unusually deep energy for your inner world. Something inside you has been asking for change, even if you have not yet found the right words to explain it. You may have spent a long time carrying memories, disappointments, emotional wounds, or situations that happened in the past, telling yourself that you had already moved beyond them. Yet sometimes the heart remembers what the mind has decided to forget. You may have noticed that you are more guarded than before, more careful about who you trust, or less willing to reveal what you truly feel. This protection may have helped you survive difficult moments, but Pisces, not every door needs to remain closed forever. Today invites you to begin releasing those barriers little by little. You are not being asked to forget what happened or pretend that it did not matter. You are being asked to stop allowing the past to decide what your future is allowed to become. The power to create a different chapter is already within you. Your emotional healing is especially important today. Give yourself quiet moments where you can breathe, listen to your thoughts, and recognize what your heart has been trying to tell you. Whether you use peaceful music, meditation, gentle breathing, or simply sit somewhere without distractions, the purpose is to create enough silence for your deeper emotions to surface. You do not need to fight every feeling that appears. Notice it, understand it, and then allow yourself to release it. When you stop constantly resisting what you feel, your energy can begin to change naturally. And when your inner world becomes clearer, you may also notice that the opportunities around you begin to look different. What once seemed impossible may suddenly appear achievable. What once felt confusing may begin to make sense. There may also be several choices in front of you today, Pisces, and this could leave you wondering which direction deserves your attention. You may be tempted to choose what feels safest simply because you are afraid of making a mistake. But fear should not be the reason you remain somewhere that no longer feels right. You do not have to accept less than what genuinely aligns with your values, your dreams, and your emotional needs. Your intuition is one of your strongest gifts, and today it may speak louder than usual. Pay attention to the quiet feeling inside you when something is right and the heaviness you experience when something is not. That distinction can help you make a decision without allowing anxiety to control you. If there is someone you have been thinking about, someone you wished you could reconnect with, or someone you hoped would finally understand your feelings, there may be an emotional block preventing you from seeing the situation clearly. Sometimes when we desperately want a particular outcome, we become focused on the absence of it. Today asks you to shift that perspective. Instead of concentrating only on what you do not have, send positive intention toward the part of your life that needs healing. Imagine a bright light moving toward your love life, your finances, your career, or whatever area currently feels uncertain. Then allow yourself to feel gratitude as though new possibilities are already beginning to develop. This does not mean forcing an outcome. It means changing the emotional space from which you approach your future. Pisces, you have been learning important lessons about your own worth. You may have spent too much time questioning whether you were enough for someone, whether you deserved a better opportunity, or whether your dreams were realistic. Today is about challenging those limiting beliefs. Your future does not have to repeat your past. You are allowed to grow beyond the version of yourself that experienced those difficult moments. Be patient with your healing. Some changes happen quietly before they become visible. Trust your intuition, keep your heart open, and allow yourself to recognize the signs of progress that may already be appearing around you. Before we continue, remember that this is a general reading and not every part of it will necessarily match your personal situation. Some messages may feel extremely accurate, while others may simply not resonate with you. Every person has a different journey, so take only what feels meaningful and leave the rest. Today we will explore the energy surrounding your emotions, love, money, work, family, personal well-being, and the opportunities that may be developing around you. Your numbers for today are 28 and 75, and the color that can support your energy is light blue. Keep these numbers somewhere in your thoughts, because they may appear around an interesting conversation, opportunity, or unexpected moment. Light blue represents the calmness and mental clarity that you need today, especially when your emotions become stronger than your logic. There is another important message for you today, and it concerns time. Pisces, time is something that cannot be stored for later. Money can be earned again, possessions can be replaced, and opportunities can sometimes return, but a moment that has passed cannot be recovered. This is why today encourages you to value the people who genuinely matter to you. If there is someone in your family you have been distant from, someone you owe an apology to, someone you have wanted to thank, or someone who simply deserves to know that you care, do not keep postponing that expression. Sometimes one honest sentence can heal more than years of silence. The emotions we suppress can become heavy, while the emotions we express with sincerity can create a bridge between two people. There may also be a younger person who approaches you today, perhaps someone looking for advice, encouragement, or simply someone willing to listen. You may not realize how much your experience can mean to another person. A simple conversation could give them confidence at a moment when they are uncertain about themselves. Your sensitivity allows you to understand emotions that other people may overlook, and that quality can become a source of guidance for someone who needs it. Something else is changing within your perception. You may suddenly recognize people or situations for what they really are instead of seeing them through old expectations. It is as though a fog is lifting from your vision. You are becoming less willing to idealize people and more capable of seeing their actions clearly. This does not mean becoming suspicious or negative. It means learning to distinguish reality from hope. Some dreams that once seemed unrealistic may now become more practical, while some situations you once believed were perfect may reveal that they were not meant to continue. This clarity is not a loss. It is protection. Justice appears strongly in your energy today, bringing balance to situations that may have felt unfair. If you have been waiting for an answer, recognition, an explanation, or some form of emotional balance, the energy around you suggests that things are gradually moving toward greater clarity. Pisces, you often give people many chances because you understand their emotions and see the good within them. But today you are being reminded that compassion does not require you to ignore your own boundaries. You can forgive someone and still choose a different path. You can love someone and still recognize that a particular situation is not healthy for your future. The star is one of the most important symbols surrounding your reading today, and its energy is particularly meaningful for Pisces. The star represents hope after a difficult period, emotional renewal, inspiration, and the return of faith in yourself. You may have experienced moments when you questioned whether things would ever improve. Yet the star appears when darkness is beginning to give way to a clearer horizon. It reminds you that healing does not always arrive dramatically. Sometimes it begins with one peaceful morning, one honest conversation, one decision to stop blaming yourself, or one moment when you finally realize that you deserve to move forward. For you, this energy is especially powerful because you often feel things deeply. You can sense changes in people's moods, notice details that others overlook, and carry emotions that do not even belong entirely to you. Today, you are being encouraged to separate your own feelings from the emotional weight of other people. Not every problem around you is yours to solve. Not every person who needs help needs you to sacrifice your peace. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is necessary if you want to continue giving from a healthy place. Following the star comes the Ace of Cups, bringing the possibility of a new emotional beginning. This could represent a new relationship, a sincere conversation, an emotional reconciliation, or simply a renewed ability to love without carrying the same fear you once carried. Someone from your past may have changed internally and may return with a different attitude, or a new person could enter your life with genuine intentions. The important message is not to rush. Let actions reveal intentions. Allow trust to develop naturally. You do not need to give your entire heart to someone simply because they show interest. Let consistency prove what words cannot. The Emperor then brings a different kind of energy. Stability, structure, responsibility, and clear intentions. Pisces sometimes allows emotions to guide decisions, but today you are being asked to balance emotion with practical judgment. Someone strong and determined could become important in your life, or you may discover a stronger version of yourself emerging. This could be a person willing to take responsibility for something they previously did wrong, or it could be a new connection based on respect and seriousness. But remember that control is not the same as security. A healthy relationship should provide stability without making you feel trapped. The Six of Wands brings a message of recognition and victory. Something you have been working toward may finally receive attention. Someone may notice your progress, your effort, your talent, or the changes you have made within yourself. In love, this can indicate someone making a noticeable effort to gain your attention after a period of distance. But the deeper victory is internal. You are beginning to overcome the emotional confusion that once caused you to doubt yourself. Accept recognition when it comes, but stay grounded. Not every opportunity needs to be accepted immediately. Give yourself time to understand whether it truly deserves a place in your future. The Ace of Wands adds fresh energy to your day, especially around creativity, motivation, and new beginnings. When it comes to your well-being, listen carefully to your body and your mind. If something has been concerning you, do not allow fear to grow through endless overthinking. If you have a genuine health concern, speak with a qualified professional. At the same time, look at your everyday habits. Your sleep, routine, stress, and inner dialogue may all influence how you feel. Self-care does not always mean doing something extraordinary. Sometimes it means resting, reducing unnecessary pressure, stepping away from screens, and giving your mind enough quiet to recover. In your professional life, today encourages reinvention. If your work has started feeling repetitive, you may need a new perspective rather than an immediate escape. Learn something new. Explore a different method. Pick up a book, begin training, develop a skill, or study a subject that could expand your possibilities. Your ability to combine creativity with intuition can become one of your greatest professional strengths. You may also encounter someone whose ideas are similar to yours. The right people can inspire you to think bigger, so pay attention to those who encourage your growth. Your financial energy is also becoming more promising, but the message is not about careless risk. It is about strategic improvement. Old financial burdens may gradually become lighter, especially when you stop making decisions from fear. You may discover a new way to earn, a creative project that could develop, or a partnership that offers a more stable direction. If there have been confusing situations involving shared money or financial responsibilities, clarity may begin to appear. Take your time before committing to anything significant. Your intuition can help you recognize promising opportunities, but practical thinking should always accompany it. The strongest financial progress comes when inspiration and discipline work together. Your entrepreneurial or creative side may also become stronger. Something you once considered only an idea could deserve more attention. Do not underestimate a small beginning. Many successful projects begin quietly, without anyone else realizing their potential. What matters is consistency and the willingness to improve. As you release outdated patterns, you create space for a different financial chapter. In love, Pisces, your heart needs honesty more than perfection. If you are already in a relationship, there may be something that needs to be discussed openly. Perhaps you have been keeping a concern to yourself because you did not want to create conflict. But silence does not always create peace. Sometimes it simply delays an important conversation. Speak gently, listen carefully, and allow your partner to understand what is really happening inside you. Trust becomes stronger when two people are willing to be honest even when the conversation feels uncomfortable. You may also notice that you and your partner are both willing to make an effort today. When two people genuinely care about each other, cooperation becomes much easier. You do not need to prove who is right. You need to understand what will help the relationship move forward. If you are single, today is less about desperately searching for someone and more about reconnecting with yourself. When you know what you want and what you will no longer accept, you become much better at recognizing the right person when they appear. If you feel more social today, do not isolate yourself automatically. Try something different. Accept an invitation, have a conversation, explore a new environment, or simply allow yourself to meet people without putting pressure on the outcome. If you are hoping for a stable relationship, this openness could increase your chances of meeting someone whose intentions are more serious. But remember, you do not need to chase love. You need to become available to genuine connection. Family energy is also moving toward healing. A misunderstanding that has recently created distance may begin to soften. Someone may finally say something they have been holding inside, or you may realize that an old disagreement no longer deserves the power you once gave it. Your sensitivity can help you bring compassion into these situations, but remember not to take responsibility for everyone's emotions. You can contribute to peace without carrying the entire family on your shoulders. Your energy today may rise and fall. You might begin the day feeling emotionally or physically slower and then gradually become more active. Do not punish yourself for having quieter periods. Some days are designed for action, while others are designed for restoration. Pay attention to what your body is telling you and give yourself enough space to recover. Moderation will be important, especially if you attend a social event. Enjoy yourself, but do not overload yourself with unnecessary stress. There is also a beautiful message connected to your memories. Some memories that once caused pain may now begin to feel different. You may remember someone who is no longer part of your daily life, or think about a chapter that ended long ago. Instead of seeing these memories only as something you lost, recognize what they taught you. Gratitude can transform the way you carry the past. You do not have to return to an old chapter simply because you remember it fondly. Today also favors authenticity. Say what you mean and let your actions support your words. Do not make promises simply to please someone. Do not pretend to be comfortable when you are not. When your external behavior and internal truth are aligned, you become much stronger emotionally. People can sense authenticity, and the relationships built around it tend to be more meaningful. You should also think about the kind of people you want around you. Are you ready to meet new people, or do you need more time within your familiar circle? Both choices are completely valid. The important thing is knowing what you actually need. Organize your inner world before trying to organize everyone around you. Once you understand your own direction, your decisions become much clearer. For students, there may be an opportunity connected with education, travel, a scholarship, an exchange program, or a new destination. It may not happen immediately, but the possibility is worth preparing for. Your previous efforts matter. The challenges you have overcome are part of your story and can become evidence of your determination. If something does not happen exactly as planned, do not immediately call it failure. Sometimes a closed door redirects you toward a better opportunity. And now, Pisces, your strongest compatibility energy today comes through 3 signs. First is Aquarius. With Aquarius energy, you may discover an unusual but powerful connection based on understanding, ideas, and mutual respect. You may reflect each other's strengths and encourage one another to think differently. Second is Taurus. Taurus energy can help bring stability into your world, and there may be an opportunity to resolve something unfinished between you, whether it involves money, responsibility, or an emotional obligation. Clearing that old energy can make space for something better. Third is Sagittarius. Sagittarius may become an unexpected source of support today. Their encouragement could arrive at exactly the moment you need it. Sometimes the people who help us most are not the people we expected, and today may remind you that you do not have to handle everything alone. Pisces, your message for August 20th is ultimately about release, clarity, healing, and trust. You have spent enough time looking backward and wondering what you could have done differently. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can decide what yesterday will mean for tomorrow. Your past can become wisdom instead of a prison. Your sensitivity can become strength instead of a burden. Your intuition can become a guide instead of something you ignore. Take one honest step today. Have the conversation you have been postponing. Let go of one thought that has been limiting you. Give yourself permission to rest. Open your heart carefully, but do not close it completely. Make one practical decision toward financial or professional stability. And above all, remember that your life does not have to remain exactly as it has been simply because it has been that way for a long time. If this message resonated with you, support the channel with a like and subscribe for more daily readings and predictions. Take this message with an open heart, but remember that astrology can offer reflection and guidance while your choices remain your own. Pisces, the next chapter does not require you to become someone else. It simply asks you to become more honest about who you already are and what you truly want. Your healing is beginning from within, and as your inner world becomes clearer, the path ahead can begin to look brighter, calmer, and more abundant.